ASEAN-US meeting strengthens regional defense cooperation. Trump plans to increase foreign steel import tariff to 50%. Good afternoon and Salam Malaysia Madani. I'm Otto Othman and you're watching World Today. Defence Minister Datuk Seri Muhammad Khalid Nordin said the multilateral meeting between ASEAN defence ministers, Timor-Leste and United States Secretary of Defence Pete Hegseth on Friday is expected to further strengthen regional defence cooperation. The meeting was held on the sidelines of the 22nd Shangri-La Dialogue. Datuk Seri Muhammad Khalid shared in a Facebook post the meeting served as a platform for ASEAN countries to exchange views on regional security challenges, especially in the Indo-Pacific, and to explore opportunities to strengthen defence cooperation with the United States. He also shared Malaysia's perspective as the current ASEAN chair, highlighting two major regional issues, the Myanmar crisis and the South China Sea situation, during his meeting with Hegseth. The minister also stressed the importance of all parties upholding ASEAN's core values and principles to ensure the continued security, sovereignty and stability of the region. Meanwhile, during the meeting, Hegseth highlighted common security challenges and reaffirmed the U.S. strong commitment to the region, including enhanced defense cooperation with ASEAN countries through the ASEAN Defense Ministers Meeting Plus, or ADMM Plus, according to a statement by Singapore's Defense Ministry. Now, he said that the U.S. believed in practical cooperation and strong partnerships underpinned by shared values. Now, Spain and Slovenia called for an immediate ceasefire in the Gaza Strip and imposition of sanctions on Israel during a joint press conference held Thursday in Madrid by Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez and his Slovenian counterpart Robert Golob. Now, according to Palestine News and Info Agency, WAFA, Sanchez stated that both governments agree on suspending the EU-Israel Association Agreement, imposing an arms embargo, and enacting sanctions against individual Israeli officials. He emphasized that Spain and Slovenia share a common stance on the humanitarian catastrophe facing the Palestinian people. He also reaffirmed that their formal recognition of the state of Palestine nearly a year ago was grounded in a commitment to human rights and international law. Sanchez said the two-state solution remains the only viable path forward. There is no other alternatives. Golob echoed the call for urgent action, stating that Slovenia will continue working alongside Spain to defend the core principles of the international law. Now, he urged an immediate ceasefire in Gaza and the swift delivery of humanitarian aid to the population. U.S. President Donald Trump on Friday said he planned to increase tariffs on foreign imports of steel from 25% to 50%, racking up pressure on global steel producers and vowing to deepen his trade war. In February, Trump raised steel and aluminum tariffs to a flat 25% without exemptions or exemptions in one of his first moves to aid these struggling industries. The tariffs would apply to millions of tons of steel and aluminium imports from Canada, Brazil, Mexico, South Korea, and other countries that had been entering the U.S. duty-free. Trump lauded a partnership between Nippon Steel and U.S. Steel at a political rally and appeared to signal he would support a long-sought tie-up between the Japanese and U.S. companies that he once opposed.
You know, I have to tell you about Nippon. They kept asking me over, and I kept rejecting it. No way, no way, no way. And after about 4 times, I said, you know, these people really want to do a great thing. They really want it. And they're putting up, you know, billions of dollars, and they're going to do this plant and other plants, and it's great, and you're going to have control, you're going to maintain control, and nobody would put up money like that. Most importantly, U.S. Steel will continue to be controlled by the USA. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done the deal. I wouldn't have done it. But the USA, and we're going to be working together, and you're going to look at your board. You have a great board, and we're going to have an amazing alliance.
The planned acquisition, initially floated in 2023, has divided the political import state of Pennsylvania, its heavily unionized blue-collared workforce, and introduced tension into the normally friendly U.S.-Japanese relations. Flash floods that ripped through parts of central Nigeria's state of Niger have killed at least 115 people, and emergency services officials said on Friday, saying the toll is expected to rise. Now, floods submerged the town of Mokwa after the rains began on Wednesday night and continued into Thursday morning. Now, Hussaini Issa, head of operations for the National Emergency Management Agency in Niger State, said rescue efforts were still underway.
Yeah, the search and rescue operation, we actually came in the morning, about 6 o'clock. We deploy our men to the scene. I was also coordinating the search and rescue operation, and as I'm speaking to you, it is ongoing. Dead recovery is still ongoing.
The disaster caused dozens of homes to be swept away and submerged in the town of Mokwa near the banks of the Niger River. Bodies continue to be found downstream. According to the Niger Red Cross, at least 75 people have been treated in hospital for injuries. The Nigerian Meteorological Department had earlier issued a flash flood warning for 15 states from Wednesday to Friday. Meanwhile, local media reported at least 10 people in Indonesia's West Java were killed and injured 6 people on Friday following a rock collapse at a quarry. Now, the collapse took place in Cirebon, where drone footage showed excavators working to move huge rocks. Now, the National Disaster Management Agency said heavy machinery, including 3 excavators, were also buried under rocks. It gave no estimate on the number of people missing. Rescuers pulled a dozen injured people from the debris during grueling search efforts. West Java's Governor Dedi Mulyadi, on his Instagram account, said the site was dangerous and does not meet safety standards for workers. Authorities are still investigating the cause of the collapse, while the rescuers will resume the operation on Saturday morning for fear of another rockfall. A similar incident happened at the same mine in February, although no casualties were reported at that time. Now, mining accidents are common in Indonesia, with safety protocols often being ignored. Up next, Mexican authorities seize more than 3 million liters of illegally stored fuel. Stay with us. Indonesia's National Rice Reserve has reached a historic milestone, surpassing 4 million tons as of Thursday. Now, the highest level recorded since the establishment of the country's state food company, Perum Bulog, in 1969. Now, according to data from the Statistics Indonesia, the national rice production during the January-May period this year is estimated to reach 16.155 million tons, an increase of 11.95% from the previous year. As of the end of this month, Perum Bulog has absorbed more than 2.4 million tons of local rice. According to the Ministry of Agriculture, the figure has jumped more than 400% compared to the average absorption in the same period in the last 5 years, which was around 1.2 million tons. The realization is highly contributed by the current government purchase price. Additionally, Indonesia's government said it is ready to export rice to the ASEAN member states as long as the domestic stockpiles remain abundant. Mexican authorities reported the seizure of more than 3 million liters of illegally stored fuel at a property in the country's southeastern state of Tabasco. The seizure on Thursday is part of Mexico's ongoing battle against fuel smuggling, which includes both the theft of fuel from state-run oil firm Pemex pipelines and import under false classification to evade taxes. Now, Mexico's Security Cabinet said in a joint statement on Thursday, stated that they seized 18 vehicles, 3 pieces of machinery, and 3,904 metal structured containers containing the hydrocarbon identified as petroleum derivative. Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum said on Friday that the seizures have to do with a recent system of traceability of fuel imports from their origin until the reach of the point of sale. State-owned Pemex has for years faced rampant theft of crude and refined products through illegal pipeline taps across Mexico, resulting in massive losses. Over the past weeks, authorities have discovered 1.5 million liters of fuels in 2 raids in the state of Tabasco and 10 million liters in the state of Tamaulipas from a ship from the United States that had arrived weeks before in Mexico. Mako Kumuro, the eldest daughter of Japanese Crown Prince Fumihito, has given birth to her first child. Kyodo News Agency quoted the imperial household agency as announced on Friday. Now, the 33-year-old mother and the newborn, the first grandchild of the Crown Prince and the first great-grandchild of former Emperor Akihito, are reported to be in good health. Naomasa Yoshida, the top aide to the Crown Prince's household, told the press conference that the family was delighted and wishes days of happiness for the former princess and her family. However, Yoshida declined to disclose the baby's date of birth or sex, saying it is a matter of someone who has left the imperial family, and we hope the family will spend their time in a quiet environment. Mako Kumuro, formerly Princess Mako, married her university sweetheart Kei Komuro in October 2021. The couple now resides in New York, where Kei works as a lawyer. Under Japan's 1947 Imperial House law, female members of the imperial family lose their royal status upon marrying commoners. Next in sports, Aaron Chia, So Woo-ik storm into Singapore Open semi-finals. Stay tuned. We begin the sports segment with local news. National men's doubles pair Aaron Chia, So Woo-ik stormed into the semi-finals of the Singapore Open with a tough 22-20, 21-17 win over Man Wei Chong T Kai Woon at the Singapore Indoor Stadium on Friday. Now, the Tokyo 2020 and Paris 2024 Olympic bronze medalists needed 33 minutes to dispose of world number 7 Wei Chong Kai Woon. Aaron Woo-ik will face India's top pair, Satwik Sairaj Rankireddy Chirag Shetty, in the semi-finals today. Earlier, the Indian pair defeated another Malaysian duo, Go Zifei Nur Izzuddin Muhammad Rumsani, 21-17, 21-15. Meanwhile, national men's singles shuttler Leong Jun Hao failed to advance to the semi-finals after being outplayed 13-21, 11-21 by second seed Kanlavut Vititsaran of Thailand. There was no joy for Malaysia in women's doubles either when Pearly Tan M. Tina capitulated 21-14, 22-24, 14-21 in China's Zhang Zhujian Jia Yifan. It was Pearly, Tina's second straight loss to Xu Jian Yifan, who also prevailed in the semi-finals of the Malaysia Masters last week. The Haramah Malaya Under-23 U23 squad, coached by Nafuzi Zain, have been drawn into Group A alongside host Indonesia, the Philippines, and Brunei for the ASEAN U23 Mandiri Cup 2025, scheduled to take place from 15th to 29th of July in Jakarta. Now, according to a statement from the Football Association of Malaysia, FAM, on Friday, Malaysia will kick off their campaign against the Philippines on 15th of July, followed by a match against Brunei on 18th of July, before concluding the group stage with a clash against Indonesia on 21st of July. Group B features defending champions Vietnam along with Cambodia and Laos, while Group C includes Thailand, Myanmar and Timor-Leste. Matches will be held at 2 main venues, Gelora Bung Karno Stadium in Jakarta and Patriot Candrabaga Stadium in Bakesi. Now, the tournament format sees the winner of each group and the best runner-up advancing to the semi-finals. Malaysia previously reached the semi-finals in the 2023 edition and finished fourth after losing to Thailand in the third-place playoffs. National athlete Muhammad Irfan Shamsuddin shone on the continental stage on Friday after capturing a bronze medal in the men's discus throw final at the 26th ASEAN or Asian Athletics Championship 2025 in Gumi, South Korea. Muhammad Irfan delivered a strong performance with a throw of 58.82 meters, finishing behind China's Abu Duaini Turgong, who clinched gold with a 63.47 meters distance, while Japan's Masateru Yugami secured silver with a distance of 60.38 meters. Meanwhile, in the women's shot put final, national athlete Nani Shahira Martaya placed 9th of 10 participants with her best throw of 15.06 meters. China dominated the event with Ma Yue 18.26 meters and Song Jiayuan 17.78 meters, winning gold and silver respectively, while Taiwan's Qing Yuan Xiang earned the bronze with a 17.42 meter throw. The championships, which began on Tuesday, will conclude on Saturday. Liverpool have signed Jeremy Frimpong from Bayer Leverkusen with no fee or length of contract was disclosed, but it was reported that Frimpong had arrived at Anfield on a 5-year deal worth 35 million euros. News of Frimpong's signing came just hours after Liverpool confirmed Trent Alexander-Arnold would be joining Real Madrid in time to play in the Club World Cup. Frimpong appears to be a ready-made replacement for England fullback Alexander-Arnold, with Liverpool activating the 24-year-old Dutch international's release clause. He was a key figure as Leverkusen won their first Bundesliga title in 2023-24 and made 53 appearances in all competitions as they finished second this season. Frimpong, however, will have competition at right-back from Northern Ireland defender Conor Bradley, who recently signed a new 4-year contract with Liverpool. Frimpong rose through the youth ranks at Manchester City and went on to join Celtic in September 2019 before a move to Leverkusen in January 2021. He is now set to join a Netherlands contingent at Liverpool that includes manager Arne Slot as well as club captain Virgil van Dijk, Cody Gakpo and Ryan Gravenberch. Now, Liverpool also in talks with Leverkusen over signing Frimpong's former teammate Florian Wirtz. Now in cycling, Nicolas Froome claimed the first Grand Tour stage win of his career when he rode solo to victory on stage 19 of the Giro d'Italia on Friday, while Mexico's pink jersey holder Isaac Del Toro came second to extend his overall lead. On the penultimate day in the mountains, the riders faced a brutal 166-kilometer ride from Biella to Champollion with 5 classified climbs and a total elevation gain of nearly 5,000 meters. Froome broke free on the 4th climb to take the lead and eventually the victory to become the first Frenchman to win a Giro stage this year. Froome had attacked the win over 7 kilometers, left the summit, and he quickly put distance between himself and stage 15 winner Carlos Verona and Antonio Tiberi, while the group with Del Toro was more than a minute behind. As the general classification battle raged behind him, the 28-year-old pushed ahead, and on the home stretch, he emerged through a cloud of pink smoke, holding his helmet in disbelief as he crossed the line to win by nearly a minute. Richard Carapaz, who was second in the general classification, attacked with 6.8 kilometers left, but Del Toro responded by staying glued to his wheel as they left third place Simon Yates behind. Now Del Toro then beat his closest rival in the sprint to the finish to take second place and remain the firm favorite for the title with 2 stages left after his other rivals lost 24 seconds or more. Del Toro's lead is now 43 seconds over Carapaz, while Yates is a minute and 21 seconds behind third. In tennis, defending champion Carlos Alcaraz suffered a mid-match stumble but recovered just in time to beat Bosnian veteran Damir Zumur in four sets on Friday and move into the French Open fourth round. Now, the world number 2 has supreme in the opening 2 sets, but then, inexplicably took his foot off the gas before bouncing back from 3-1 down in the fourth set to subdue his 33-year-old opponent for a 6-1, 6-3, 4-6, 6-4 victory. Colorful stories await you in our offbeat segment. Stay tuned. Tor Alva, one of the world's tallest 3D printed structures, was unveiled in a small Swiss village of Moulins recently. Tor Alva means White Tower in the Swiss regional language of Romansh. It is nearly 30-meter-high white concrete tower. The building is a collaboration between ETH Zurich and the Origin Cultural Foundation, showcases advanced digital construction techniques. Designed to serve as a cultural hub, the tower aims to revitalize the village, which is home to just 11 residents and faces depopulation. The structure, built without traditional form work, features 32 sculptured concrete columns created through robotic additive manufacturing or 3D printing. A novel concrete mixture and a new reinforcement method developed by ETH researchers enable the tower's load-bearing capacity. The design, resembling an ornate layered cake, pays homage to the region's history of confectionaries. The highly anticipated Legoland Shanghai Resort, the largest of its kind in the world, is in final preparations for its official opening on 5th of July. A key handover ceremony was held where the key to the resort, crafted from Lego bricks, was officially transferred from project team to the operational team. Located in Shanghai's Jinshan district, the 318,000 square meter resort is a Lego theme park and hotel destination for children aged 2 to 12 and their families. The resort features over 75 interactive rides, shows, and attractions, as well as thousands of Lego models across 8 immersive lands. Since its construction began in 2021, over 10,000 builders from more than 300 teams across 15 countries have participated in the project, taking nearly 1,300 days to craft an adventure-filled and fascinating journey for visitors. In a first-of-its-kind intercontinental journey, a crew was piloted the Candela C8 flying electric boat across the Strait of Gibraltar. The Candela C8 completed the 24-nautical-mile trip from Soto Grande, Spain, to the Spanish enclave of Ceuta in North Africa in just over an hour, matching the speed of conventional fast ferries. The vessel returned to the Spanish mainland on the same day after recharging. According to Swedish company Candela, the vessel, which is electric and designed to fly above the water on 2 hydrofoils, reduces drag and cuts energy consumption by 80% over conventional fast vessels. The company said the voyage, which used 40 kilowatt-hour of energy, cost about €8. The voyage aimed to showcase the potential of Candela's new P12 electric hydrofoil ferry in delivering clean, cost-efficient transport along the Spanish coast and across the strait. Already in use in Stockholm's public transport system, the Candela P12 can carry 30 passengers at high speed, halving travel time while reducing operational costs. Juan Lafont, a Cuban former water polo player, achieved a new world record by balancing a soccer ball on his head while treading water, a record he seeks to be recognized by the Guinness World Records organization. In the pool of a downtown Havana hotel, Lafont, 37, controlled the ball on his head for 31 minutes and 0.02 of a second to beat Nigerian Tonya Solomon's record in force since 2024. Solomon, who controlled held the ball over his head for 28 minutes and 34 seconds, a time certified as Guinness World Record. Buffon said that currently holds 11 certified titles in the Guinness World Record books.
Contento, muy agotado también. Es un récord que me lo sentí bastante físicamente en el agua, me sentí bastante agotado por el fuerte calor que se está sintiendo en estos días. Lo habíamos entrenado, incluso entrenamos en aguas abiertas para exponernos, ¿no?, a situaciones que no fueran tan favorables en los entrenamientos, el sol, las olas. Y luego acá, bueno, estuvimos practicando en la piscina en las tardes y la verdad que logramos. Mucho calor, vuelvo y repito, pero logramos el objetivo que era superar la marca que estaba establecida.
76 minit tanpa henti.
76 minutes non-stop. Transparent and concise.
Paparan komprehensif, ringkas dan padat. Saksikan Kanta 744, 7.44 malam. Berita perdana 8 malam.
Malaysia Tonight, 8:30 p.m.
That's it from us this afternoon. In our top story, ASEAN-US meeting strengthens regional defense cooperation to ensure its security, sovereignty and stability. Do join us again this evening at 8:30 p.m. for more news on TV1 and Saluran Berita RTM. Or you can stream us live on RTM Click's website and mobile app. Till then, I'm Otto Othman from the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. Goodbye and thanks for watching.